Time now for Johnny Dollar.
George Reed, Johnny, at Floyd's of England.
How are you, George?
Do you by any chance remember Durango Laramie Dalhart?
From that place out in Oklahoma with the crazy name of Bum Sprung?
That's right. Now, Johnny...
How could I ever forget him? And more to the point, has he ever forgiven you?
Forgiven me?
After all, you were the one who accused him of passing counterfeit money.
Well, I
When
know.
all he did was wash and starch and iron a few $100 bills to make him look nice and new and crisp.
I'm quite frank to admit I was entirely wrong about him that time.
Hey, tell me, does he still pay his premiums in brand new money and in person?
Yes, and that's what has me worried.
How do you mean?
Well, he wrote me some time ago and said he'd be here on the 10th of last month to pay his regular $4,500 premium.
The 10th of last... Well, that's nearly 6 weeks ago.
Exactly. And he hasn't appeared.
Well, did you write or wire him to see what's holding him up?
I got no answer. Johnny, I think something's happened to him. After all, with the way he flashes money around, it's a wonder somebody hasn't knocked him off long before this.
George, if anything's happened to old Durango Laramie Dalhart.
Yeah, I thought you'd feel that way about it.
Yeah. I'll let you know what I find out when I get to, if you'll pardon the expression, Bum Spung.
Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is the account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Durango Laramie matter. George Reed has quite a penchant for handing me really offbeat cases. But for once, this looked like serious business. Expense account item 1, 9420, transportation. I arrived in Enid, Oklahoma shortly after 4 a.m. Item 2, $1.85 for breakfast. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car. I headed due north on Highway 81, across some of the flattest plains country I've ever seen, that I hadn't expected to see again so soon. About 26 or 7 miles further on, after crossing what remains of the Salt Fork of the Arkansas, I spotted the familiar weather-beaten sign indicating that Bum Spung was somewhere up a rough dirt road to the left. Bum Spung, named by the Indians. It means bad water. And finally, there it was, the same old broken wooden fence surrounding a couple of acres of poor sandy ground. The same ramshackle house, the broken-down barn, propped up in spots with timbers. And in the yard were the same 2 sad-looking cows I'd seen on my previous visit. The swayback horse and the friendly, mangy, toothless hound, some decrepit-looking chickens. Bum Spung, so-called ranch of Durango Laramie Dalhart, who'd made it in oil and who chose to settle down in this lonely, desolate spot. And standing there looking at it, it was hard to believe that the inside of the huge unpainted house was clean, modern, well-furnished, thanks to his niece Carol, who occasionally came up to see the old man. As I swung aside the sagging wire gate, I wondered if she was here now. I wondered if anyone was here, but not for long. Durango! Durango, it's Johnny Dollar.
Stay outside that fence, you meddling young varmint. This here now is private property.
Wait a minute. You're not Durango. I came here to see Durango Laramie Dalhart.
Oh, you did, eh? Well, Durango ain't here.
Now, look, you.
Oh, you shut up that gate and drive away from here. You see this here now, 30-30?
Drive away? After you've blown a hole in one of my tires?
I did, eh? Well, I guess that wasn't very sociable, now was it?
Hey, look, lower that gun for a minute, will you?
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. You try anything funny and I'll let you have it. Only, I guess it is up to me to fix that there tire for you, ain't it?
Huh?
After all, as long as I done it. Now, let me take a look and make sure you just ain't up to some trick here.
Yeah, but I am.
Hey!
Just give me that gun now.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you...
Okay. Now, who are you and what are you doing here and where's Durango?
By Hofford, sonny. You sure pack a punch.
Start talking, mister. Who are you?
Who am I? Side Widener Wilson, that's who I am. Who'd you think? And who are you?
Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Why, old Durango sent me a telegram, that's why.
Oh, yeah?
Sure. Here now. Read it for yourself.
To Mr. Sidewinder Wilson, Gunsight Oil Field, somewheres near the Petterdale River, Texas.
Yeah, that's where the field is, and that's where I got this telegram.
Get yourself up here to Bum Spung.
That's what it
and
says.
Take care of my ranch for a while and get here fast, signed Durango.
Yeah. Now, you satisfied?
Just who are you, Sidewinder?
Who am I? Durango's oldest, bestest friend is all. Known him since we rigged together in the oil fields before he made his gold strike up in Colorado, that's who. So when he tells me to come up here and take care of things, I come, that's all. What do you expect? But now look here, Johnny, is what you say your name is?
Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, well, there's something I don't like about Durango's going away this time.
What do you mean?
What I mean? Well, I mean the way he must have left in a powerful hurry, that's what. You know Durango pretty well?
Pretty good.
Well, can you see him leaving this nice house of his'n with all the doors and windows unlocked?
He wasn't here when you arrived?
No, sir. He'd already went away. And can you see him leaving no food around for the cattle and Methuselah and Primrose?
Methuselah and Primrose? What is this?
The horse and this nice old dog here. And what about the tractor? Just sitting out there in the field, plows down halfway up a furrow.
What are you getting at, Sidewinder?
What am I getting at? I'm saying he must have left in an awful hurry, that's all. And if you ask me, there's something funny about it, and I don't mean funny, ha-ha.
Yeah, I think you got something there. You see, he was due in Hartford, Connecticut over 6 weeks ago.
Pay up on his insurance, huh?
That's right.
All loaded down with brand new money, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah, I've told that crazy old coyote 1,000 times that he oughtn't to go traipsing all over the country with all that money in his kick. Johnny, if he ain't showed up the way he was supposed, it just means one solitary single thing.
Like what, Sidewinder?
Like what? Well, like somebody's waylaid and bushwhacked him for his money, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But, Sidewinder, I sure hope you're wrong.
Johnny, I sure hope I'm wrong.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Durango Laramie Matter.
Durango Laramie Delharts. Cradle character from Bum Spung, Oklahoma. Gone. Disappeared. His pal, Sidewinder Wilson, a bit of a character himself, had no idea what might have happened to him, but feared the worst. And I had to agree that his fears were justified. But tell me this, Sidewinder. Have you heard anything from Durango's niece, Carol?
You mean that pretty little gal fixed up this place for him so nice, kind of looks after him?
That's the one.
Well, say, don't she live down to Enid?
Enid, yes, runs a gas station.
That's right, sign of the Flying Red Horse.
Come on, help me fix this tire. We'll drive back to Enid.
Well, I'll help you fix the tire, but I'm staying right here.
Oh, why?
Why? Because Durango's trusting me to take care of the place. And if he does turn up, God willing, I'll be here to have him get in touch with you.
Okay, now let's get this tire fixed.
No, wait. Look.
Huh?
See that fancy convertible coming up the road?
I not only saw the convertible, but more important, who was in it, who pulled up alongside the fence and stepped out. She was 23 or 4, a tall, slim brunette wearing a neatly tailored skirt, a tight-fitting silk blouse. Neat, trim. She looked like she'd just stepped out of Charles of the Ritz.
Well, I'll be dog-breasted, Johnny.
Carol, how are you?
You couldn't resist my fatal charms. I couldn't stay away. Just with that.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
What's the matter with you? You don't like that?
Oh, no, come here, Gal.
Oh, now, Johnny,
Yeah? Carol?
Oh, Johnny. Gee, I've missed you. Oh, you shut up, Sidewinder. Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
By God, by Gory, Durango could see Durango.
Oh, yeah. Carol, listen to me.
You gonna propose, Johnny?
Where's Durango? Have you heard anything from him since he left here 6 weeks ago?
He went to Hartford.
But he hasn't arrived there.
Oh, now don't you start worrying none about old Uncle Durango or anything. You sure, Johnny?
I'm sure.
That crazy old goot setting out across the country with over $50,000 in money in his pants. He ought to know better than to... Oh, Johnny, do you think something's happened to him?
You ask me, I think somebody's killed him for that money.
Oh, no.
You haven't heard from him since he left?
Only a postcard from Chicago where he stayed overnight at some fancy hotel. And, Johnny, that wasn't like him.
What do you mean?
Oh, it was before he went straight to Hartford.
That real estate man was from Chicago, Carol.
What real estate man?
Oh, he used to come out here looking for people with oil money. Tried to get Durango to invest in real estate, Florida, New England.
Well, what did his postcard say?
Nothing, really. Just that he was staying overnight. And before he'd come back, he was going to look at Ong's hat.
Who is Ong?
Oh, he was always writing silly stuff like that. I don't know.
Ong.
Oh, Johnny, what'll we do?
Where's the nearest phone?
Back in Enid.
Then come on, that's where we're going. In Enid, I put in a long-distance call to Phil Avery, an old friend at International Press Service, in the hope that if Durango's body had been picked up anywhere in the country, the news files would have some note of it.
Durango Laramie Dalhart? That's a man's name?
Yeah, Phil. Does it mean anything to you?
I'll say this, Johnny. If a name like that had ever come in over the wires, I'd certainly remembered it.
But it hasn't.
Not to my knowledge. Incidentally, what's this all about?
Oh, he left here loaded with cash. Now he's disappeared.
No clues?
Only that he's planned to see some guy named Ong.
Ong?
For some crazy reason, he's interested in Ong's hat.
Well, that's about as silly as... Ong's hat, did you say? Oh, no.
You mean that rings a bell?
Are you kidding? Of course it does. Oh, no.
Phil.
Ong's
Phil.
hat.
Phil, listen, will you? This may be a matter of life or death. Phil.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Durango Laramie matter.
Phil, will you stop that howling and make some sense? This could be a matter of life or death.
Ong? Ong, did you say?
That's right. You know who he is.
Ong's hat? Oh, no.
Do you know him?
Oh, no. No, I don't know the Ong, but I know what it is.
Huh?
Ong's hat, New Jersey.
What?
Sure. down in the pine and cranberry bog country. Down near Mount Holly, south of Trenton.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious.
Johnny.
Okay, Phil.
Well, that's where the big
Okay,
hook-
Phil, thanks.
Johnny, I found the card of that real estate promoter from Chicago.
Good. We'll take the first flight we can get out of Tulsa. Come on, Carol, we're on our way. Expense account item 4, $164.80, plane fare and incidentals. In Chicago, we stopped over long enough to pay a brief, unpleasant visit with one J. Harry Cramlin, real estate promoter, at his office just off the loop.
So, what if I did sell this Dalhart character some land over in New Jersey? What's it to you? You trying to cut in on a good thing?
How much did you sell him, Mr. Cramlin?
Oh, a little over $35,000 worth. But now if you...
What was it, a lot of worthless swampland?
He didn't seem to think so, after the glowing report I gave him.
But why did he buy it?
Because the old fool thinks there's oil on it.
Cramlin, if you've taken Durango...
Now, ain't that a name? Durango Laramie Dalhart.
If he's been chipped in this deal, well, you better duck the next time you see me coming.
You threatening me? About a cash, perfectly legal deal?
Oh, I'm sure it was legal. But oil in South Jersey. Cramlin, my warning still goes. The next leg of our flight took us to Philadelphia. There I rented another car. That's $50 deposit, item 5. We drove across the Delaware River and picked up Route 537 to Mount Holly. There we stopped for a sandwich and a Coke. That's item 6. And there a passing glance at a newspaper headline stopped me in my tracks. Something about a big oil development at, yeah, you guessed it, at Ong's Hat. We burned up Highway 530 to Pemberton, then hit a sandy back road that led deep into the pine and scrub oak. Finally, suddenly, we came to a clearing. And there, well, there must have been 100 cars, expensive ones, some of them chauffeured limousines, and people milling about, haranguing each other, shouting each other down. And right in the middle of the crowd, a tall, angular man in blue jeans and a 10-gallon hat. Durango.
Johnny, there he is. Durango!
And then I saw something else on the edge of the clearing. 2 brand-new towering oil derricks.
Come on, Johnny, let's get him away from that mob.
Not only was he cheated by that shyster real estate operator into thinking he was buying oil land, but he's thrown more money away building those derricks.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, that mob is probably trying to sell him enough rigging and pumps and equipment to fleece him royally. 10 to 1, somebody in that crowd's offered him the Brooklyn Bridge to boot.
Then we gotta stop him. If only I'd run the shooting
Hey, look,
on.
Durango's seen us.
Tarnation ever rung you out for this godforsaken country, huh?
Oh, Durango, you old skunk, you're all okay.
Why, sure I am. Come on in this shack here so we can get away from this blasted crowd. Come on. You look here, Johnny. What are you doing with my little Carol, huh?
I'll tell you, Durango.
You sneak out to Enid behind my back and hitch up with her? All right, get on in there now where we can have some peace. Just sit down where you can. All right, now, you young rascals. Is that what you done? Gone and got married?
Well, of course not, you old goot.
Oh, well, doggone it, that's what I was hoping for.
Oh, goot.
Well, don't you give me that, gal. I know how you was talking ever since Johnny come out to Bumspung last year.
Durango, you
What'd
shut
you
up.
say?
I'm afraid this trip is on business, Durango.
Business? With a pretty gal like Carol here? And how'd you two get here, anyway?
Johnny brought me on the plane, but what difference does that...
Oh, he did, eh? Transported you across state line, huh? A whole lot of them. And if there ain't no law about that, why, Jake, you two are going to have to get married.
Durango.
And I'm just the one to see that you do.
Durango!
I don't carry this old 6-gun for nothing.
Durango, will you shut up and let Johnny tell you why he's been looking all over for you?
What do you mean, looking, Jake? Huh?
Durango, you've been had.
Me?
By the crook who told you this was oil land.
Ah, Johnny, I knowed it weren't the minute I seen it.
But you put up derricks, and they must have cost you about...
Sure, they cost me plenty. It just, a funny thing happened.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Sir, the minute the folks got wind of me, a millionaire oil man from Texas and Oklahoma putting up the derrick, Johnny, on my word of honor, I've told every one of them people, I've told them that there ain't no oil here.
You mean you
Yes,
already...
sir, I've told them till I was blue in the face.
Durango.
But would that stop them? That wouldn't stop them from wanting to buy this land away from me? No, sir.
And you've been selling it?
Why, sure. I told them it was no good, but I just couldn't stop them. And so far, I've come out a mite over $65,000 to the good. Wait a minute, I say.
Yeah?
Johnny Dollar, are you here to buy a piece of my land or to marry my little Carol here?
Oh, no. Durango.
Believe you me, it better be both. Now, how about it?
Expense account item 7, $1,000 even. The company now owns a small hunk of land in Ong's Hat, New Jersey. As for Carol, that ever-loving doll, well, someday, maybe someday. Expense account total, including incidentals and transportation back to Hartford, $1,416 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, G. Stanley Jones, Junius Matthews, Alan Reed, Frank Nelson, and John McIntyre. Be sure to join us next week Same time and station for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Johnny Dollar has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Betsy Walker, Mr. Dollar. I'm up and around.
Yes, thanks for calling. Have any time this morning?
I think so.
If possible, I'd like to come over to your apartment again and take an inventory of the gifts that Sheldon Forbes sent you.
That'll be all right, sure.
About an hour?
Sure. I couldn't sleep much last night thinking about all this. I mean, he stole that money because of me.
You mustn't feel that way, Miss Walker. He knew what he was doing. You had no part in the theft.
I have the gifts.
Well, we may have to take those away from you.
I don't mind that. You said he tried suicide. How is he this morning?
I just talked to the hospital. He's going to be all right.
But he has to go to prison?
Yes.
Funny world, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Continental Adjustment Bureau, 418 Elizabeth Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Forbes matter. More expenses, items 11 to 16. $78.40. Cab fares, meals, accounting services, legal services, cab fares, and more cab fares. I made a comprehensive inventory at Betsy Walker's apartment and spent the rest of the day tracking down the places where the items had been purchased and ascertaining their retail values. Total, $2,780 worth of gifts, bought with stolen money. Betsy Walker also told me that Sheldon Forbes had made appointments to meet her at various times at very expensive restaurants in New York. She had never once kept any of these appointments, but a check with the Waldorf, 21, the Stork, and several other places revealed that Forbes had always made elaborate arrangements to entertain her. His restaurant bills came to $835. The florist bill, $670. Total amount spent, $4,285. Total amount stolen, $4,285. Century Styles Incorporated footed the bill in his unsuccessful courtship of Betsy Walker. Hello.
Hi.
Remember me, Forbes?
Sure, insurance man. Well, what now?
How do you feel?
Okay. You saved me, didn't you?
I suppose so.
Why?
Same reason you'd save a man who was dying. Huh. You know what I've been doing?
What?
Answering the questions you wouldn't answer. I met Betsy Walker.
What?
My job, Forbes. I had to.
How did you know about her?
I followed you night before last. When you got out on bail, I saw you go to the theater.
Listen, you had no right to go to her. You have no right to involve her in any of this.
Why didn't you think of that a month or so ago? It's the company's money you've been spending on her. I had every right, as unpleasant as it is.
I suppose she knows all about me now.
That's right, all.
Boy, I sure must look like the prize sucker of all time. Must have handed her a laugh.
She didn't think it was one bit funny. And Forbes, I don't think it's funny either.
Then what are you standing here for? Lording it over me?
I'm not doing that at all. I'm just here to let you know how things are at the moment.
All right. How are things?
Well, first off, we took back all the gifts you gave her.
Dirty skunk.
Don't get mad at me, Forbes. Get mad at yourself. I didn't steal the money and try to impress her. You did.
Why didn't you leave it alone? What difference does the money make to you?
Nothing to me, but it means something to my insurance company. They still want it back, and they'll get as much back as they can.
Well, swell. Good for them. What do you want now?
Your signature.
Hmm?
I think I traced most of it down. You want to look this over? Go ahead. Those figures about right?
I suppose so. I didn't keep track.
Approximately?
I suppose so. You're pretty thorough, aren't you?
We have to be. Will you sign this?
No.
It'll help to clear up our bookwork a little. What difference does it make now? We've got you cold.
Okay. What difference does it make? Give me.
Okay, thanks.
That's all it means to you, isn't it?
Hmm?
Dollars and cents.
Dollars and cents that were stolen, Forbes. Remember that.
You wouldn't let me forget it.
No, I wouldn't. You did the dumbest thing in the world. You stole nearly $5,000 trying to make an impression on a girl who didn't want to have a thing to do with you. You went about it wrong from top to bottom. You've acted like the great stone face ever since you've been found out. You wouldn't bother telling me about it. I had to go out and find out myself. Off the record, Forbes. What'd you do? See her on the stage one night?
No, at the office.
Office? Your office?
No, not exactly. Ellie was having a showing for some buyers from the West Coast one day a few weeks ago. For those kind of showings, he hires models from the agency. Betsy's listed with one of the agencies. You know, she acts and sings and models.
Oh, sure.
Well, I happened to be upstairs when the showing was going on. There were a lot of publicity people there taking pictures and so on. And I saw her. She was wearing a black dress, and her hair was soft. She's got a smile like all the sun risings. Sounds silly?
Not at all.
It's just that I never in all my life saw anyone like her before.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is with other guys, but she was for me from then on. I couldn't get her out of my mind. I found out her name, and then I found out she worked in that show at the Empress Theater.
Yeah?
All I had was her name. I didn't know how to go about meeting her. I just didn't know.
You figured a little money might attract her to you.
I've heard that's the best way to do it.
It's one way. Not the best way, kid.
Probably not. The best way I could think of.
What did you think about taking the money?
I thought I'd be able to stick it back. Well, I guess I really didn't think much beyond just meeting her. Having her look at me the way I wanted her to look at me.
What?
It was the wrong way to go about it, sure. But then did you ever think of my alternative? I'd thought of it. I pictured myself knocking on her door one night, and I could see her answering it. I'm Shelley Forbes, Betsy, I'd say. Clothes don't make the man, I'd say, while she sort of took in my tweed suit and the only coat I've got to my name. Listen, I'd say, I got an 8x10 apartment over on 59th Street. The halls always smell like cabbage, but I'm a heck of a fine guy. And I drive a 1946 Ford that misses a little, but it's good enough for us. And then I'd say, why don't you toss on your mink, and we'll go over to my dump, and we'll have a bottle of beer, and I'll tell you how much I love you. How about that? Some alternative, huh? She makes more money in an hour than I make in a week. I couldn't even afford to keep her in cigarettes. Lord, I wanted her like nothing in my whole life.
She might have taken you up on it, Forbes, if you'd put it that way.
Yeah? What makes you think so?
She wasn't impressed by any money or any gifts. More than that, I met her. She's a pretty nice girl.
Yeah.
Up until the time I talked with Sheldon Forbes in the hospital, I'd always had my doubts about love happening at first sight. After my talk with him, I was convinced that it could and did happen to him. I was sorry that he didn't know quite how to handle it. I was also wondering, if I'd been in his shoes, would I have done the same thing? Expense account item 17, $4.90. I sent a wire to my home office telling them that the recovery would be in the amount of something like $2,500, obtainable on the redeemable gift items recovered. After that, I went back to my hotel. I was surprised to find Betsy Walker waiting in the lobby.
Hello, Mr. Dollar.
Why, hello.
I was afraid you might leave town. I wanted to talk to you.
Sure, you just caught me. I was going upstairs and pack. What is it?
Could we have a drink or something?
Sure. Expense account item 18, $2, 2 drinks. For Betsy Walker and myself at the hotel bar. It was midday and there wasn't much action. She sat across from me, ordered an old-fashioned, and asked for a cigarette.
Thank you.
Sure.
What'll happen to him?
Forbes?
Yes.
Oh, he'll be sentenced Monday. They canceled the Friday scheduling because he was in the hospital.
He'll go to prison?
Yes.
Have you seen him since he tried to kill himself?
Just left him.
I guess he feels awful.
Yeah.
I told you I haven't been able to sleep thinking about all this. Well, about him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have to go to prison even if all the money was returned?
Only half of it's redeemable. The rest, florist bills, restaurants, and so on, just gone.
How much does it come to, Mr. Dollar?
Short about $2,000, roughly.
If you had that money, what would happen to him?
Oh, well, it'd be up to the court. I'd say he'd have a good chance of getting off if he changed his plea.
Could I get him to change his plea?
I think you could get him to do anything.
I want to pay it.
You what?
I want to pay that other $2,000 for him and get him to change his plea. I'll make up the whole thing.
Hey, now, look, Miss Walker, I know your motives might be the best, but you aren't responsible in any way for this man's actions.
He stole money because of me. He tried suicide because of me. And now he's going to prison because of me.
But you had nothing to do with it, no part of it.
You may think I'm 22 years old. I'll be 29 next month. I'm not much of an actress or a singer or anything else. But I've been around this town and I know my way around. And I met all kinds. Whoever he is, whatever he's done, he's the first man I've ever known who actually went out on a limb for a girl he loved. I'm the girl and he's the man.
You're serious?
I probably won't remember his name a year from now. But that poor, stupid, wonderful dumbbell, he doesn't belong in any prison. He ought to get married to some nice girl somewhere. I want to help him get out of this trouble. Can I?
Betsy?
After all, he's given me something. Call it faith in mankind again, if you like. What's the kiss for?
What you just gave me, Betsy. Faith. Expense account item 19, $48, hotel. Item 20, $37, meals. 21, $15, miscellaneous. 22, same as item 1, $28.63, fare back to Hartford. Total cost of investigation, $363.51. Remarks? She got Forbes to change his plea. She paid back the additional money. He comes to trial next week. He might get a suspended sentence. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, there'll be another intriguing story for you beginning next Monday night.
Next week, a trip south of the border where the flashing eyes of a dark-haired senorita spells plenty of, well, believe me, romance and trouble can go hand in hand. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Lillian Baeff, Sandra Gould, Jack Edwards, Herb Ellis, James McCallion, Parley Bear, John Stevenson, Howard McNair, Bob Bruce, and Junius Matthews. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar. Well, thank goodness.
Thank goodness for what?
Oh, the trouble I've had getting this number of yours.
How come?
Well, I finally had to call Mr. McCracken at Universal Adjustment Bureau. I found out from him that you're there in Hartford, Connecticut.
That's right.
Well, I thought you were going to drop by and pick up your check.
Was I?
Well, of course you said you would.
Did I?
Well, of course.
Well, all right, but what's it for, and who are you?
Well, what's it for? Why, for your services in connection with that oil refinery investigation you made for us.
What oil refinery? When?
Well, when? Well, last week.
What are you talking about, and who are you, sir?
Now, look here, Dollar. I'm Ted Beckham, Western Indemnity Company. Now, who else would be calling you regarding...
Ted Beckham?
Yes, of course.
Western Indemnity?
That's right here in Fort Worth.
Now, Mr. Beckham...
Now, I've okayed your expense account for that refinery investigation. The check is ready, and I just want to be sure that you pick it up.
Investigation?
Look, you being funny, Dollar?
There in Fort Worth?
Yes.
Texas?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Beckham...
Yes?
The only case I handled last week was right here in Hartford.
In
The week before, I was in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Well,
The one before that, I was also here in Hartford.
Dollar?
And before that, in L.A., California.
Look, you're Johnny Dollar?
That's me.
Well, you're not.
I'm not?
Well, of course not. How stupid of me. I should have realized you weren't Johnny Dollar the minute you picked up the phone.
Now, look, Mr.
Your
Beck.
voice, it's not one bit like Dollar's.
Now, look, will you please listen to...
All right, you imposter. You've succeeded in making a fool of me.
This bird's off his rocker.
But believe me, if I had time, I'd have you tracked down and arrested for impersonating him.
Me?
Yes.
Impersonating?
Yes. For impersonating Johnny Dollar. Goodbye.
Hello. Hello. Well, same to you and many of them. CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Indemnity Company, to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, and maybe to Universal Adjustment Bureau. Anyhow, the following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Who's Who matter. That wacky phone call from Texas. From a man, a company I'd never even heard of, accusing me of impersonating myself. I was about to pick up the phone again, call him back, and demand an explanation, but the phone beat me to it. Hello?
That's a pleasant sort of greeting. Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment
Oh,
Bureau.
Pat.
Did a man named Beckham reach you?
Well, he certainly did. Who is he?
All I know is that he's heading up an outfit called Western
Indemnity Company.
Yeah, that's right. It's in Fort Worth. It's one of the many new insurance outfits there in Texas, and, well, that's really just about all I know about it.
I see.
But Beckham seemed anxious to get in touch with you, so I gave him your number.
And?
And if you plan to go on down there, Johnny.
Well, I certainly do.
Well, fine, because I just got a call from Al Pinker at the Greater Southwest Insurance Office.
Al Pinker.
Yes, regarding an arson job there in Dallas. The Geary Brothers department store.
Go on.
So, if you can hop a plane right away and look it over before the ashes get too cold.
Pat.
But, of course, if this man Beckham has something that's going to tie you up, well, what do you think?
Don't give it a second thought, Pat. I'll handle them both.
Good.
Yeah, I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Fine.
Did I say kill?
What?
Well, I hope not. But who knows?
Why?
Pat, I'll be in touch. Al Pinker in Dallas. Ted Beckham in Fort Worth. Expense account item 1, $98.05 airfare. The plane set down at the Amon Carter Field in Fort Worth. It was late in the afternoon. And item 2 is $10 even for a taxi for the 19-mile drive into the city, into the Western Indemnity Building. It was brand new, very modern, very small, and located on East Lancaster Avenue. Over the protest of a pretty young blonde secretary with pale blue eyes and well, I bullied my way into Beckham's office.
Yes? Who are you?
All right, now, Mr. Beckham, let's get a few things straight.
Now, wait a minute. I asked you, young man, who are you? What do you mean, barging in this way?
My name is Dollar, Johnny Dollar.
Don't be ridiculous.
Here are my credentials, including photograph and fingerprints. Here, look them over.
Huh? Well, now, this,
Well?
Why, you are Johnny Dollar. You were Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
And your voice, the same one I talked to over the phone early this morning.
Right.
But I made that call to Hartford.
That's right.
Oh, you were in Hartford then, huh?
Yes, but I am here now, and I would like to know what this is all about.
Well, that other young man who's been working with us did a couple of investigations for us.
You better tell me about him.
Why, he said that he's Johnny Dollar.
Oh, he did, huh?
And with that unusual name, there couldn't be 2 Johnny Dollars.
It's not likely.
But knowing all about you and your fine work over the years, well, when he came here and offered to undertake the 2 investigations, and there's a third one, and he did do a good job for us, Mr. Dollar.
He did, huh?
And yet, when I got his expense account, or that is, when I looked it over again after talking with you on the telephone, well, it kind of made me suspicious. The size of it, I mean, you see. Yeah. That expense account of his.
Well, tell me this, Mr. Beckham. Just why did you call me this morning?
Well, that was it, about the expenses for your... for his job on that refinery investigation. Now, he said he'd pick up the money here. He never had given me his address, and, well, I'd okayed the account, and the money was here waiting for him, and... but then, knowing so much about you, as I said, and contemplating the amount of his expense account,
So you tracked down my number in Hartford and called me?
Yeah.
To have me pick up the money?
Yes, and because I suddenly had a small suspicion, I mean because of the total of that expense account. Mr. Dollar...
All right, Mr. Beckham.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, Miss Carroll?
There's a Mr. Albert Pinker here to see you.
Pinker?
Send him in, Carol.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Who is Albert Pinker?
Greater Southwest Insurance Company. Al just happens to be the other reason I came all the way out here to Texas.
Johnny.
Hi, Al. Meet Ted Beckham, heads up this office.
Oh, glad to meet you, Ted.
Hi, Mr. Pinker.
Pat McCracken said you might come here first, Johnny, but listen, is whatever you're here for something that can wait?
Well, now, I'm not exactly sure.
Because if you can come on over to Dallas with me right away, this department store...
Wait a minute, the Geary Brothers department store, Mr. Pinker?
Yeah, that's right. You know about it?
Well, I certainly do. You see, we hold part of that insurance, too.
Oh?
As a matter of fact, this other Johnny Dollar, why, he...
This what?
Beckham, perhaps I'd better go on over there with Al.
Yes, but now, Dollar, this
Yeah,
is,
well, all right. Now, just don't get yourself all lathered up. I'll check up on our little affair later.
Oh, good. But, what did Ted mean about another, that is...
Well, Al, it seems that I've come here to run down 2 people.
2?
That's right. Your firebug, for one.
Yeah, Johnny?
And a guy named Johnny Dollar.
What?
During the 30-odd mile drive from Fort Worth to Dallas, I told Al Pinker about my own little problem. About this somebody who was impersonating me. And he was highly amused, which is more than I was. And then he told me about the arson job at Geary Brothers Department Store, and quite frankly, it sounded like something the police and a couple of private investigators working on would have been able to solve in short order. However, I agreed to look into it for him. He got me settled at the Statler Hilton, bought me cocktails and dinner, and then left me his car. Suggested I have a good night's sleep and contact the police department first thing in the morning. Well, I could have used the sleep all right, but instead, after he'd left, I decided to have a look-see at the remains of the department store before getting anyone else's opinion on the direct cause of the fire. It was in one of the new development areas far out on the edge of town. There was nobody about watching the place, so I proceeded to look around. It seems the building was a two-story affair. The fire had been pretty well contained on the second floor. A lot of damage had been done to the furniture section, household goods and appliances, that sort of stuff. Most of the roof was gone, and I found I had to be careful not to fall through several badly charred spots on the floor. Foolishly, I'd forgotten to bring along a flashlight. And although there was a moon, I had a problem locating the exact spot where the fire started, or rather where it was set. But as I shoved aside a piece of fallen timber that blocked my way into what was obviously a storeroom for bedding materials... Who's there? I did have my gun with me.
Who's there?
Oh, that was clumsy. I dove to the floor behind some kind of a box, a packing case. But all I could hear was the roar of traffic out on the highway. That is, until whoever it was...
So there you are!
But I couldn't see him. Or more important, what sort of protection he had. I only knew that if he came around a little more to my left, this packing case would be no protection for me at all.
Hey!
Then nothing. Not another sound. But because he had come around to the side, he obviously knew more about the geography of the store than I did. So unless I got out of there, found some better protection...
All right, mister, you better give up. You hear me? Because I know exactly where you are. You hear me? Stand up with your hands up over your head where I can see you against the light. You hear me, mister? What are you, don't?
To my right, clearly outlined against the sky, was something, another packing case maybe, that was bigger, heavier than the one that now gave me a scant protection. If I could feel my way over to it...
You hear me? You're coming out of there.
You hear those sirens?
Yeah, I hear them.
Well, okay, then.
So I'm pushing this little steel desk in front of me, and I'm coming over there to get you.
I made a dash across the floor, but I forgot about the rotten, burned-out flooring that... Oh, no! When I came to, it could only have been seconds later. I found myself lying painfully on the concrete level below the hole in the burned-out flooring above. My gun was gone. And yeah, so was everything else that I'd had in my pockets. I tried to get to my feet, but I couldn't quite make it. And it wouldn't have done me any good if I had.
Here he is, right over here. Put your light on him, Mackenzie.
Right you are. There.
Yeah, just to make sure he don't start shooting again.
Oh, now listen to me.
Yeah.
Oh. This time, when I came to, it was on a cot in a small, bare room at police headquarters. It was morning. A patrolman sat with his chair cocked across the narrow doorway. I played possum for a while to get my strength and senses back. But then, a few minutes later, when he saw me move a bit...
Sergeant, looks like he's come to.
Okay, Mackenzie. Fallon just brought in the stuff we missed last night. His gun, the papers that were lying around him. Go take a look at them. Let me know what you find.
Yes, sir. I'll take a look.
All right now, mister. What were you doing out there at the Geary store last night?
Now, listen to me.
A little looting, maybe? Huh?
Listen to me, will you?
Sure, I'll listen.
I'm a special investigator.
Oh, sure. Just like all the rest of the crooks we've had to keep chasing away from that place.
No, now listen, Sergeant.
Only investigator we got any use for is that young fella from the insurance company that found the clue last night to pin that arson job on Jerry Springer.
You mean you found out?
Yep. Springer. Professional torchman from up north.
Now, look.
Now, I hate to admit it, but it was this young investigator found it out for us. So what happens? Just when he's about to come in and report to us, you sneak up on him and try to blow his head off.
What's the name of that investigator?
Well, not that it's going to make any difference to you by the time we get through with you, mister, but his name is Johnny Dollar.
Sergeant! Hey, Sergeant!
What's the matter, Mac?
This stuff we missed out there in the dark last night?
What about it?
Somebody pulled them out of this man's pockets.
Pulled what out?
Look here, these credentials. Picture of them and everything.
Uh-huh.
Sure. This man's Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
That's right.
But that other man, he told us he was Johnny Dollar. We had no reason.
So maybe if he took you in, as well as the insurance company...
Mr. Dollar...
Maybe I had better run him down for you. Yeah, and for me, too. Something I'd learned the day before gave me a pretty good idea where I might find my impersonator. But only if I got there fast, about the time the insurance office back in Fort Worth opened up. In the car I'd borrowed from Al Pinker, I made the 34 miles in 34 minutes. The front door of Western Indemnity was locked, but slipping the latch on it turned out to be a cinch. The door of an insurance company yet. I parked myself in the chair of the receptionist who had brushed me off the previous afternoon. And then I noticed the envelope, there on the desk, addressed to Johnny Dollar. Inside of it was a check for expenses on a job that I had never done. I tucked it back into the envelope, and then...
We've been wondering where you were and when you were coming in. Oh, there now. As soon as I turn on the lights, we'll be ready for business. There. You're awfully early, though. Are you going to wait and talk to Mr. Beckham when you...
That's right.
Now, you listen here, Mr. Whatever your name is. How did you get in here? And Mr. Beckham isn't here yet, but when he comes in and finds out that you... Oh, here, Mr. Dollar, here's your check.
That's fine, thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Dollar, did you say? Your name is Dollar?
That's right.
Yes, Mr. Whoever you are, this is Johnny Dollar, the famous investigator.
No, he is.
And if you think you'll get away with breaking into this office...
Johnny Dollar.
Now, listen, buddy.
You should have taken a better look at me last night.
What?
You mean...
Yeah, I mean...
You mean that you... Carol, thanks for the check. I gotta go...
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, don't I?
No, that gun.
That's right. Now, get over there beside him, Carol.
What?
Oh, Okay, now. Now, listen to me. And don't try any tricks, Dollar.
Dollar?
Are you forgetting the police know who I am now, know who you aren't?
He called you Dollar.
The police? Over there in Dallas?
Do you think they'll waste any time telling the department here in Fort Worth?
By the time those cops get the word, I'll be far, far away. Now,
Will
listen.
somebody please tell me what's going on
You
here?
made a big mistake in leaving my credentials here beside me last night.
So I made a mistake, because the cops were coming. But I'm not making any this time. Now, listen to
Do you
me.
mind telling me why you decided to pose as me?
Please, somebody explain.
How long you thought you'd get away with it?
Dollar?
And I suppose you solved a couple of cases for this company, got yourself in good with them, because you planned the crimes, whatever they were.
Okay,
Maybe
Dollar.
even pulled them off yourself.
Okay. You're stalling for time, but it's no good.
And tell me this.
Quiet, both of you. Now, both of you walk into that coat closet there beside you.
You lock us into that stuff?
Now, listen, mister.
Go ahead, or Dollar, so help me, I'll pull this trigger. Go on.
Look.
Yeah, look behind you.
Now, don't try that old gag.
Oh, my goodness, what's going
Beckham.
on? What's going on in
This,
here?
Mr. Beckham.
Why, Mr. Dollar, you found him.
Yeah, Mr. Beckham. I found him.
Will somebody please tell me what this is all about?
And the next time somebody barges in and identifies himself as me...
But I tried to tell you, Mr. Dollar. I tried to tell you yesterday.
You
that-
tried to tell me what?
Well, I suspected this man from the minute I got his expense account on those jobs he presumably did for us. Why, that was one of the reasons for calling you in Hartford.
What do you mean, Mr. Beckham?
Well, knowing all about you, in spite of never having met you, And then seeing the amount of his expense account.
And it in a pretty heavy one, huh?
Well, that's just the point. No.
What's that?
Well, it was so small. I just knew that he couldn't really be you.
Okay, then, Mr. Beckham. On the strength of that last remark, I will not expect you to question this. Expense account total, including hotel, transportation back to Hartford, and all the incidentals I could possibly cook up, $306.25. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a fireman. The dangerous kind. That carefully sets fires instead of putting them out. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced by Bruno Zerato Jr. Directed by Ed Oates. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Ian Martin as Ted Beckham, Bill Sterling as Al Pinker, Lawson Zerby played Pat McCracken. Bill Lipton was the police officer, Rosemary Rice was Carol, Roger DeCoven was the sergeant, Leon Janney was the man. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the harpooned angler matter. Expense account item 1, $473.25. Airfare, railroad transportation, and incidentals between Hartford and Cassis, France. Expense account item 2, $50 rental of a snappy 1937 Maybach Victoria. After an invigorating journey from the rental agency, marred only by an engine breakdown and a blowout, I arrived at the office of the man who'd sent in the death claim on behalf of Arnold Bernier's widow.
Welcome, my darling Mr. Dollar. Welcome to Cassis.
Well, thank you. Are you Count Andescu?
But of course, dear man. Count Laszlo Andescu at your service. You are here concerning poor dear departed Arnold Bernier.
Yes, that's right.
What a ghastly thing to happen. So unfortunate, so sad. Oh, here one moment and the next, poof. But why should we dwell upon unhappy things? You will give me the insurance check for $75,000 made payable to Magda Bernier. I will give you the receipt and, poof, we will have disposed of everything.
No, not quite. Just what is your position in this picture, Count?
It's perfectly simple, darling Dollar. Count Laszlo Andescu renders his most capable services to those who require assistance in delicate matters, financial and otherwise, for a slight consideration, of course. You might call me chargé d'affaires for the bereaved and the unfortunate.
I see.
Yes.
Now, what is this business about a fishing spear?
Oh, yes. So inconsiderate of dear Arnold to come to his end in so sordid a manner. A fishing spear. So indelicate of poor Arnold.
Well, at least it's unusual. You mind telling me how it happened?
I thought you knew, my darling Dollar. Dear Arnold was engaged in what has so unfortunately become the sport of the Riviera.
What's that?
Oh, an insanity, my dear man. An incredible insanity which leads one to penetrate the very depths of the ocean, clad only in swimming trunks and a cumbersome, unbecoming helmet of some kind.
Oh, you talking about skin diving?
Well, whatever term one chooses to call it, it is a most incredible, ungentlemanly sport.
Okay, Arnold Bernier was skin diving. Then what?
But, my darling Dollar, it was all so sordid, but so simple. When he had been underwater for over an hour, somebody found him. He was brought up to the surface, and there he was, dead.
With a fishing spear in his back.
Precisely. Now, so, we have disposed of the matter of dear Arnold's passing.
Not if his beneficiary was responsible for having planted that spear.
Oh, my dear Dollar, what a ghastly thing to say. Such a dear, sweet, lovable creature as Marc de Bernier couldn't possibly have been so indiscreet as to have done such a thing.
No, why not?
Well, this simply could not be. Would you think what would happen then to my remuneration for handling this affair?
Yeah.
Poof.
I left the good count and drove down to the Bernier villa to pay my respects to the widow. Her establishment was located on a bluff overlooking the Gulf de Leon. The scenery was magnificent.
You are looking for me, Monsieur Dollar?
If you're Mrs. Arnold Bernier.
I am. Sit down, please.
Thanks.
A beautiful day, is it not, Monsieur? The sun so warm, the soft breeze so gentle and caressing to the skin.
You're a sun worshiper, Mrs. Bernier?
I worship all the things that are most worthwhile in life.
Oh?
Beautiful homes, luxurious furs, the delicate weight of perfectly matched pearls.
You have expensive taste.
Why should I not have?
No reason, if you can afford them.
It only requires money, Monsieur Dollar.
Most people can't dismiss the word so easily.
Most people are not Marc de Bernier. And Arnold was an excellent provider.
I was wondering when you were going to come around to him.
You think I should have mentioned my dead husband sooner?
Sounds reasonable.
But why?
Well, you knew who I was when I arrived. That means Zandescu must have phoned you, so you know why I'm here.
That is quite true.
And you still don't think the subject should have come up sooner?
Why should it? It is of no importance to me.
What is it, your husband's death or my investigation of
Both?
it? Your husband was murdered, Mrs. Bernier. Aren't you interested in determining who did it?
It would not give Arnold back his life.
No, but it could affect yours if you were involved in it in some way.
Rather fantastic conception, Monsieur Dollar. If you must pursue this pointless investigation, I suggest you obtain all your future information from the agent de police Inspector Lanier.
Well, there's one thing I don't think he can tell me.
No? What is that?
How you really felt about your husband. Inspector Lanier proved to be a welcome relief from both Count Laszlo Andescu and the lovely, cold-blooded Marc de Bernier. But he wasn't a great deal more enlightening.
Yes, Monsieur Dollar. Skin diving was a favorite pastime of Monsieur Bernier. He would often indulge in it hours at a time.
He used some kind of aqua lung equipment, Inspector?
A helmet and face mask equipped with compressed air. It enabled him to stay down underwater for approximately an hour at a time. Only this time he did not come up.
Mm-hmm. Who discovered the body?
Monsieur David North.
Who is he?
A young American scientist who is conducting underwater explorations along the Cassis coast. He has a small ship, the Diana, from which he operates, collecting marine specimens.
Uh-huh.
He had reached a depth of some 100 feet and was about to return to the surface when he noticed a small grotto in one side of the bluff. Lying just inside the entrance was the body of Monsieur Bernier.
With a fishing spear through him, huh?
Precisely. So, sometime between 10:30 and noon, someone met Bernier underwater and killed him.
Any idea who it could have been?
At this time of year, the cove is filled with underwater swimmers, indulging in this latest craze of the Riviera.
Yeah. And what about the spear itself?
An ordinary fishing spear discharged from a compressed air tube. Its counterpart may be found in hundreds of hands.
Any personal suspects on your list?
I'm afraid not.
What about Marc de Bernier?
Certainly, there was no financial motivation.
There's a $75,000 insurance policy.
I assure you, that means nothing. Bernier was an immensely wealthy man.
Well, what about business associates?
He had been retired for 20 years. An attorney by the name of Armand Gauthier in Marseille handles his affairs. We have checks. They're in perfect order.
Any personal enemies?
So far as we have been able to ascertain, none.
Well, he obviously had one. Well, thanks for your time, Inspector.
But, I regret only that I could not have been of more immediate assistance, but if there is anything you wish to... Pardon.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Inspector Laniel. Oui, one moment, please. It is for you, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Hello?
You Johnny Dollar, the insurance man?
That's right. Who's this?
My name's David North. I'd like to talk to you.
What about?
The murder of Arnold Bernier.
What do you know about it?
Well, let's save that for our talk.
Okay. Where do we get together?
There's a cafe in town, the Golden Pheasant. I'll meet you there.
How soon?
Oh, about a half hour.
Who told you I'd be here? Andescu or Magda Bernier?
Magda?
Why should she have called you about that?
Well, who else did you expect her to call, Dollar? We're going to be married, aren't we?
There were some half-dozen sailors and roustabouts seated around the Golden Pheasant, but no sign of anyone who might be an American marine scientist by the name of David North. So I took over one of the tables, ordered a cognac to help pass the time, and waited. More than an hour had passed, and North still hadn't turned up. I was about to call it quits when the place was enlivened by a new arrival.
Ah, Dollar! A magnificent coincidence which just... Oh, Antoine? A vermouth cassis. At once, s'il vous plaît. Yes, as I was saying, a simply magnificent coincidence. You do not mind, my darling Dollar, if I join you?
You already have.
So I have, yes. Which makes it all the more charming, does it not? Now so, you are here? I am here. We may now conclude our affair of business.
You're talking about that insurance check?
A trifling matter, I will confess, and somewhat boring. Nevertheless, it does concern money, and I dearly love money. It has so many uses, you know.
What about the little matter of finding out who murdered Arnold Bernier?
Oh, that. Whew, it is of no consequence now, which is why I have sought you out here.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, you presented a problem to me. And what does the magnificent Count Lars Landescu do when he is faced with a problem? He solves it. Whew.
You know who killed him?
But of course. Who else could it be but that American David North? Hmm? So, now you will give me the check.
What makes you think it's North?
It is so obvious, my darling Dollar. North has supplied the proof himself by his suicide.
Suicide?
Oh, did I forget to inform you how careless of me? But yes, they are fetching his body up from the bottom of the Gulf even now.
When I got to the beach, about a dozen people were gathered around watching a rowboat heading toward the shore. There were 3 men aboard, dressed in swimming trunks, one of whom I recognized as Inspector Laniel.
Take him to Dr. Geret at once. Use my car. It's fast at the end of the beach. Now, quickly now. There is no time to lose.
What happened, Inspector?
Oh, apparently, Monsieur North decided not to keep his appointment with you. Instead, he went skin diving, and in approximately the same spot off the point where Arnold Bernier was found.
Any idea why?
None. When he had been down approximately 15 minutes, the members of his crew aboard the Diana became concerned. 2 of them went diving for him.
Where did they find him?
In the same little underwater grotto where Arnold Bernier was found. As you saw, he was unconscious. Fortunately, his aqua lung was still working, and so he had not drowned. But there was a bad scalp wound in his head. And this was lying on the grotto floor beside him.
Another fishing spear.
Oui. Obviously, he was attacked in the same manner as Bernier had been.
Any chance that the wound was self-inflicted?
None. And in a way, that is most unfortunate.
Why is that?
If it had been attempted suicide, the case might have been closed. I had just uncovered evidence which could have convinced me that David North had murdered Arnold Bernier.
And now, now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. We went back to Inspector Lanyell's office. And while we waited for David North to regain consciousness, Lanyell told me about the new evidence.
It was revealed in a court order, Monsieur Dollar. David North's ship was being attached for non-payment of a debt he owed to Arnold Bernier.
What debt was that?
North had run out of funds in the port of Darien on the Red Sea, where he had been collecting specimens. And Deskew ran into him there, saw an opportunity to make a commission for himself, and persuaded Arnold Bernier to lend North the funds.
How much was involved?
Some $2,000.
That's hardly enough for a man like Bernier to get so excited about.
True. But if you compound the money with North's coming here and then becoming friendly with the lovely Magda...
Oh, you figure the two-way motive, then. By murdering Bernier, North saves his ship and gets the girl.
Is it not logical, Monsieur Dollar?
Well, it was before that little accident happened to North.
Oui, but there is no need for us to concern ourselves with idle conjecture. When North recovers consciousness, he can himself inform us.
Well, it might pay to conjecture about one thing meanwhile, Inspector.
What is that, Monsieur?
The whereabouts of Magda Bernier during the past couple of hours.
I had thought we had seen the last of each other, Monsieur Dollar.
Well, it seems that you forgot a couple of pertinent things, including David North.
Why should I have discussed him?
Well, how indifferent can you be about the man you're going to marry?
Did he tell you that?
He did.
David is like a little child who tries to convince himself that the world of his dreams is the true world.
And it's not?
No. David worships me. There is nothing he would not do for me in return for a kind word or a hint of a smile.
Like committing murder?
Yes, I think he would even do that.
And did he?
I do not have the faintest idea.
Then there's nothing to his statement about marriage between you?
Nothing, Monsieur Dollar.
Do you mind telling me where you've been the past couple of hours?
Right here in front of this fire, Monsieur. Why?
You haven't been swimming?
I seldom swim, Monsieur Dollar.
It was getting dark when I left the villa. I thought I'd better find out if North was well enough to tell his side of the story before I closed up shop for the night. Inspector Lanyell was just leaving Dr. Giret's office as I drove up.
Is that you, Monsieur Dollar?
Yeah, that's right, Inspector. Well, did you learn anything from David North?
No, Monsieur, and we never will. He just died.
Well, after that little announcement, there didn't seem to be much reason for me to hang around the town of Cassis that night. So I started out along the coast road toward Marseille. A little way out of town, a gleaming black chauffeur-driven limousine swept by me. Just time for me to catch a glimpse of a blonde head lolling back luxuriously against the rear seat cushions. Then it turned a bend in the road ahead and was gone. There were several intriguing possibilities as to why Magda Bernier would leave her fire and head for Marseille. I proceeded toward my destination in Marseille, the residence of one Armand Gauthier, attorney, the man who'd been in charge of Arnold Bernier's affairs.
Oui?
My name is Dollar, Mr. Gauthier. Insurance investigator. I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes.
I am not in the habit of conducting business at my home, Monsieur Dollar. If you care to call my office in the morning, I am certain an appointment can be arranged.
Magda Bernier might be happier if we talked right now.
I do not comprehend your reference, monsieur.
Well, would it help any if I told you that she was number one on the list of suspects in the murders of her husband and David North?
Come in, please.
Thanks.
This way, please. You realize, of course, Monsieur Dollar, that to suspect Madame Bernier of such crimes is sheer nonsense. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Well, if you want a list of possible motives, we could start with, money?
Oh, ridiculous. Magda stood to gain nothing by the death of Arnold Bernier.
No, why not?
At the time of their marriage, he gave her a tremendous independent fortune. One that even a Magda Bernier could not dissipate in a lifetime. And the balance of his estate is willed to charitable institutions.
Okay, then what about boredom? Hatred?
You have met Madame Bernier? Spoken with her?
Yes.
Then you must realize that a thoroughly hedonistic woman like Magda can never become bored so long as she can surfeit herself with the luxuries of life.
Well, there's still one other possibility. Bernier was some 30 years older than Magda. And David North was a pretty rugged specimen of a young male animal.
He was also stupid. A callow youth, one who might be temporarily amusing to a woman like Magda, yes. But one does not risk giving up a way of life, monsieur, for the sake of temporary amusement.
How true. Well, thanks for your time.
I have convinced you, then?
Well, let's say that I found out what I came here to learn.
Huh? And what is that?
The possibility of another man in Magda's life.
But we have disposed of that, monsieur.
You should have disposed of Magda's perfume, too.
What?
I couldn't miss it when I walked in here. And after your kind cooperation and character analysis, I couldn't be rude enough to accuse you of wearing it.
I do not understand, Monsieur Dollar. Agreed that the desire for money makes an excellent motive for murder. But what is the connection between that and Arnold Bernier's hobby of skin diving?
Inspector, send a diver down to take a closer look at that undersea grotto where he and North were killed, and I think you'll come up with the answer.
Very well, Dollar. I will have it done first thing in the morning.
No, better do it right now.
This should do it nicely, Dollar.
Uh-huh. You sure you want to make the dive yourself?
But why not? I fancy myself rather efficient at the art, and if what you suspect is true, it might be best to keep it between the two of us.
Okay. Is this the lantern you want to use?
Oui. Now, if you will help me with the helmet and the aqua lung.
Oh, sure. Here. There. How's that?
Oh, I'll see. That'll be fine.
I'll take your word for it. Laniel adjusted the rubber flippers on his feet, shrugged the helmet and aqualung more comfortably on his back and shoulders, and then slipped over the side. "45 minutes is a long time to wait in an open boat at night when you know a man is swimming far below the surface in a spot where two other men had met death before him. And I knew it must seem even longer to Inspector Laniel. But finally, he came to the surface. He held on to the gunwale of the boat with one hand and gave me a small wooden box with the other. A watertight wooden box marked marine specimens. I gave him a hand and pulled him into the boat. Then, as he started to take off the helmet, I turned to the box and opened it. The marine specimens consisted of some insignificant-looking brownish weeds. I didn't have a chance to examine them more closely. It was just about then that I turned my head and noticed that the spear gun was pointing at my back.
How charming that we should meet again under such delightful circumstances.
Is it not, my darling Dollar?
Where's Laniel?
For the third time, it was necessary for me to leave someone below at the entrance to the grotto. You have no idea how boring this procedure is becoming.
A fishing spear again?
Oh, my darling Dollar, how unimaginative do you believe me to be? Particularly after I only succeeded in wounding dear Mr. Noir. No. The dear inspector is lying unconscious from a blow to the head. Soon his oxygen will run out, and then, poof. This spear I save for you, here, where I cannot possibly miss.
Oh, please, don't bother.
You know, you are magnificent, my darling Dollar, incomparable. I had not thought it possible for you to connect me with this affair in so short a time.
Yeah, your little drug smuggling act has run into a few obstacles.
What a pity. Such a magnificent plan. Obtaining the hashish for practically nothing in the Red Sea area with Arnold Bernier's money, transporting it here aboard David's ship, concealing it in the grotto to take it ashore when the time was ripe. A magnificent plan.
Only Bernier put a crimp in it.
Yes, and that was indeed a pity. Poor dear Arnold. But he came upon my underwater warehouse.
No remorse about David North.
Ah, how sentimental can one be, my darling Dollar?
I suppose North was diving for one of those boxes to bring me the proof when you take it. Things happened pretty fast just about then. The box hit Andescu in the chest. The spear missed me by slightly less than a hair. My fist hit Andescu's jaw, and he hit the water. Oh, a jolly good time was had by all, including Inspector Laniel. I managed to raise some help from the shore and get a diver down to him before his oxygen ran out. Andescu wound up in the local jail where charges are being preferred against him now. 2 counts of homicide, 2 of attempted homicide, and a slight case of drug smuggling. I didn't see Magda Bernier again. I didn't think I could take any more of that. When you honor the death claim, send the check care of Armand Gauthier, Marseille. Expense account item 3, $27.65, hotel bill and miscellaneous. Item 4, $493, plane fare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total $1,043.90. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Sidney Marshall with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Howard Culver, Larry Dobkin, Virginia Gregg, Edgar Barrier, and Lou Krugman. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle.
Johnny Dollar.
This is George.
Who?
George, I said.
George Reed, Floyd's of England?
Floyd's of England, huh?
What?
That's the big insurance company sent you out to nail down Felix Kane.
That's right, but now who are you?
Yeah, that was a couple of months ago.
All right, what about it? Do you mind telling me who you
That
are?
insurance company must have paid you a lot of money for that job, Dollar. Not only for clearing up the robbery, but for nailing Felix Kane.
Maybe, maybe not. But you still haven't told me who you are.
Maybe even gave you a nice big bonus, huh? Because when it was all over, Felix was dead.
Who are you? George who?
That's killing for money, isn't it? And remember, it was Felix's girl, that little redhead, here in New York? You had somebody trick her into telling you where to find him. So now she's doing a stretch because she was in with him.
So?
I remember when you tagged Felix here in New York? He fell on top of his own gun, killed himself. Isn't that the way you said it happened?
Now, you listen to me, mister.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's what you said then.
Who are you?
And nobody could prove otherwise. Because nobody else was there.
All right, look. Now, you listen
So now
to me.
what I say now is that you were pretty lucky then. You didn't know how lucky you were.
That's so?
Yeah. You see, the only reason you got away with that was because Felix's brother wasn't there. Because he was on the lam. He was out on the West Coast when it happened.
Kane's brother, huh?
Yeah, they were awful close, Felix and his brother. All their life. Ever since they were kids. You didn't know that, huh?
Keep talking.
Somebody did something to one of them. The other one helped him out. Or got even for him. All their life, Dollar.
Go on.
So now that Felix is dead, you ought to know what that means. Because it means the other one is going to get even for him. That means get even with you. With you and anybody else.
All right, you. Now, wait just a minute.
Oh, you're wising up now.
Yeah, I think I am. George, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Dollar. My name is George. George Kane. Felix's brother.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Killer Kin matter. So what if I hadn't killed Felix Kane? It didn't make any difference now. But why would his brother George call me to warn me of his intentions? Anyhow, this was a carryover from another case, so on the expense account goes a dime for a call to George Reed.
Well, of course, we'll pay whatever expenses may be involved.
Well, good old Floyd's of England. But, George, what I really called about
We'll simply regard it as an extension of the Felix Kane matter.
Well, what I called about is to find out if you know anything about this brother George, where to find him and so on.
Don't you mean how to avoid him?
No. In a case like this, it's a matter of getting to him before he can get to me.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
So what do you know about him?
Oh, I never heard of him, Johnny.
Well, then maybe I'd better go on down to New York, where the trouble with his brother Felix started, where Randy Singer at the 18th Precinct helped me to... Well, sure.
What?
Sure, that's where George Kane is, in New York. Yeah, 2 or 3 times he used the phrase, here in New York.
Well, now, Johnny...
So, George, I'm heading on down there.
Johnny, listen to me.
Well?
You must have some police protection.
Here in Hartford?
Here, New York, anywhere.
Look, didn't you understand me, George? I'm going down there and contact Lieutenant Singer.
But if this George Kane comes here and then you come back here after not finding him down in New York...
Oh, stop worrying, George.
Johnny.
I'll be in touch. Item 2, $6.90 fare and incidentals to New York. Item 3, $6 even for a cab into 18th Precinct headquarters. Lieutenant Randy Singer apparently knew plenty about George Kane.
That's right, Johnny, and we still want this George Kane on a charge of assault with intent to kill right here in the city. But he was in California, hiding out in California, when you knocked over his brother Felix.
When I caught up with Felix.
Huh? Oh, yeah. You said he made a dive for you, but then tripped and fell on top of his own gun, didn't you?
That's the way it happened.
Is it, Johnny?
Huh?
I know that's the way you reported it, but, is that what really happened?
Randy, are you kidding? Of course it is.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But you'll never convince George you didn't kill Felix.
No, I suppose not.
And he's clever, Johnny. Tall, good-looking, and very clever.
Yeah? And why did he telephone me, warn me that he's out to get me?
I don't know. But I know that he outsmarted us by posing as a cop a couple of times. Forged credentials and everything. And he's dangerous.
Well, where do I look for him?
I wish I knew. Believe me, we'd nail him fast.
Well, he's from right here in New York. That's where he called me from, Randy.
How do you know?
Well, he mentioned being here a couple of times.
The operators say it was a New York call?
Well, no.
Maybe he's here, maybe he isn't. With this new direct dialing system for long distance, you can't tell where a call comes from.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Anyhow, for once in your life, you're using your head.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you're coming here and letting us go after this guy instead of trying to take him on single-handed.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Now, look, Randy, all I really came here for was to see if you had any leads.
Yes, sir, using your head.
Yeah, any leads on where I might look for this George.
So we'll just keep it that way. Understand, Johnny?
Understand what?
We'll run down this punk for you. I'll get out an APB and look for him and pick him up right away.
Look.
If he's here in town.
No, wait, will you please, Randy?
Meantime, you just go on back to Hartford, huh? And, maybe you better tell your police up there to be on their toes.
Listen, Randy,
and to be sure you do go, I'll have Sergeant Conroy escort you over to Grand Central and put you on a train.
Oh, Randy, for the love of Mike, will you listen?
Also, I'll notify every precinct here in New York that if you're seen around here, you're to be picked up and turned over to me.
Picked up?
After all, here in the clink, you'll be perfectly safe from this man.
What a pal.
That's right. A real grateful one.
Grateful, huh?
You've done a lot for me over the years. For the whole department.
Oh, yeah.
So, to show our appreciation, we're going to give you some protection. whether you like it or not.
Now, you just listen to me, Randy. Listen to me.
Conroy, I got a job for you.
Randy.
I want you to make sure that Johnny Dollar gets back to Hartford safe and sound.
Okay, brother. We'll just see about that.
No use, Johnny. All these windows have bars on them.
Yeah, so I see.
So you behave yourself for once, huh? Be a good little boy and let me handle this my own way.
Okay, Randy, okay.
Oh, and listen.
Yes?
Sergeant Conroy is quite a fan of yours.
Oh?
So you can tell him all about some of your wild adventures on the way home.
Thanks, pal.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Killer Kin Matter.
Sergeant Conroy not only drove me over to Grand Central Station, but insisted on riding all the way to Hartford with me, even to my apartment, at my expense. That's item 3, 1255, train fares and taxi.
And what if it is a little irregular, Mr. Dollar, me coming up here to Connecticut? Oh, will you finish up what you was telling me on the train about the deadly debt matter you worked on last week? You just got to the part.
So, item 4 is 70 cents for his phone call to Randy, telling him he delivered me safely home. And item 5 is about $3 for the good Scotch whiskey that he drank there at my apartment before I could send him on his merry way back to New York. Then, less than 5 minutes after he... Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, if you think those New York cops are going to be of any help, you're wrong.
George Kane.
That's right. Neither those cops or anybody else is going to do you any good. You killed my brother, so I'm going to kill you.
Kane?
And you remember what I said about you or anybody else?
Now, you listen, you're wasting your time.
Or what I meant about anybody else.
You're scare stuff, huh? All right, Georgie boy. Whether Randy Singer likes it or not, I'm heading back to New York to get your picture, your description from him. And if I have to comb that city by myself, street by street, Hello.
Well, it's about time, honey.
Huh?
This is Betty. Betty Lewis, the girl you're going to marry one of these days.
Yeah, I know.
You mean you are going to marry me?
I mean, I knew it was you.
Spoiled sport.
Well, hi, dear. Hey, what was that?
What?
Just noisy line, I guess.
Oh, well, listen, I've been trying to call you all afternoon. Where have you been?
Oh, just out on some business, honey. I'm sorry.
Well, as long as you weren't out with some other ravishing beauty, I'll forgive you.
Fat chance of that.
Honest? You mean that?
You know darn well I wouldn't go out with anybody but you. Or Grace, or Mariana, or Barbara. Maybe Jean. I might go out with her.
Stop that, you rascal.
Okay. Now, what can I do for you, Miss Lewis?
What can you do for me? Don't tell me you've forgotten our date for tonight.
Our date?
Oh, darling, why don't you ever think of something besides those crazy insurance investigations all the time, huh?
Think only of you, huh?
Yes. Now, listen, about our date for tonight here in New York.
In New York?
Yeah, that's right, for dinner in the theater, remember?
Holy.
Well?
Oh, well, sure I do. Oh, but didn't you say you were going to be staying with some girlfriend all week and you'd let me know who and where to meet you down there?
That's right. That's what I've been trying to call you for.
Okay, then.
I'm staying with Nancy Spaulding, remember her?
Sure.
And her address is 1624 McDougal Alley.
1624.
It's one of those cute little apartment buildings down here in Greenwich Village.
Wait a minute. You hear that again?
Huh?
Nothing, I guess. Yeah, okay, dear. I'll put on my Sunday best, grab the first plane or train, whichever will get me there first.
Good.
Only
what, Johnny?
Well, don't be surprised if we have ourselves a kind of police escort.
Now, what kind of a gag are you cooking up? You and that Lieutenant Singer friend of yours?
Maybe.
Well, come running, dear. I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah. Bye, hon. The plane schedule told me I barely had time to shave, shower, and get dressed. But as I finished and was about to head for the door... Yeah? Yeah, who is it?
Mr. Perry, the building super.
Oh. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Perry?
Kind of funny thing, Mr. Dollar, and I kind of thought you ought to know about it.
Know about what?
You mind if I close this door?
No, go ahead. Well?
Well, You know that young man rented the little one-room next door for the week?
No, I don't. I thought it was vacant.
No, sir.
I haven't heard anybody in there, so...
Well, I guess he heard you all right.
What?
He rented the place for a week, starting last night.
Yeah?
So when he left in such a hurry a few minutes ago, well, I sort of come up to take a look, see what he might have thought was wrong with it.
Well?
You see this wire I found?
Yeah, looks like the stuff the phone company used. Wait a minute.
Yes, sir. It was sticking out of the wall just opposite to where your phone wires go in on this side.
Sure, my line was tapped.
Yeah, sure looks like
It was some kind of device so he could ring me. And this man has left?
Yes, sir. Maybe 25 minutes ago.
Who was he? What was his name?
Well, he give his name as John Jones.
Oh, sure.
Like he was just sort of making it up.
Oh, what did he look like?
Well, I'd say about your height, Mr. Dollar, and...
Well, keep talking, Mr. Perry, while I make this call.
Well, his hair was darker than yours, and he had a little thin kind of mustache.
The call was to Randy Singer for a description of George Kane. And yes, it tallied with the one Mr. Perry gave me of the man who tapped my phone line, who just left in such a hurry. I told Randy I was heading back to New York, whether he liked it or not, that I barely had time to make a plane, that I'd call him when I got to the apartment in McDougal Alley and tell him all. Maybe even break down and ask for his help. And all because Kane had said he was out to get not only me, but anybody else who'd had a hand in catching up with his brother. Well, the only anybody else was Betty Lewis, who'd helped me trick Felix Kane's girl into showing me how to reach him. George hadn't bothered her there in Hartford because he couldn't find her. She was in New York. But over the phone, while he'd listen in, she'd given the address. During a frantic ride to the airport, I hoped, I prayed, that I could somehow reach Betty before George came.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account item 5, $20 even for a plane to New York and a cab to the little apartment in McDougal Alley. I tore on up to Nancy Spaulding's apartment on the second floor.
Yes, who is it?
Johnny Dollar.
Oh, just a second, Johnny, while I slip on a robe or something.
Is Betty there?
Betty? Are you kidding?
What?
You and your practical joke.
What do you mean, Nancy? Come on, let me in, huh?
Well, just a second. Wait till I get presentable.
Oh, come on.
I got in the shower after Betty left.
Betty's gone? Nancy!
Well, sure, Johnny. That's why I didn't expect to see you here.
Gone where? With whom?
With that handsome detective friend of yours you sent over to get her.
Oh, no. About my size, black hair, mustache?
That's right.
Nancy.
Gee, why couldn't you have arranged a double date so I could trace along with him?
That man's a killer.
He's almost as pretty as you are and almost... What? What did you say?
That was no detective. That was George Kane. He's a killer.
But Johnny, Betty thought that... Well, you told her on the phone.
I know. Okay, Nancy, now listen carefully. Where did he say he was going to take her?
Well, to meet you, Johnny.
Where?
Oh, dear, I don't know.
Oh.
Well, they went down and took a cab. I watched them go from the front window.
Well, did you... please, think carefully, Nancy. Which way did they go?
East on McDougal.
Good. What kind of a cab was it? Did you by any chance get a look at the license or the driver?
Yes, I did. It was Tommy.
Tommy who?
You know, the cabbie who always parks in the cab stand out front this time of night.
Good.
Wait a minute, Johnny, maybe.
Huh? What?
Yes, look. He's come back to the stand again.
Okay, Nancy. Now keep this door locked. Don't open it for anybody but me or the police, and I mean the real police.
Johnny!
Tommy. Is your name Tommy?
That's right. Where's to, mister?
Okay, listen. A little while ago, you picked up a man and a girl here.
You mean that good-looking doll staying with Miss Nancy up on the second floor?
That's right, yes.
That's right, I did. Her and the good-looking guy, I think I heard him say he was a plainclothes man.
Okay. Do you remember where you took them?
Why, sure, mister. You see, we have to keep a record of...
Get going, Tommy. Get going. Take me to where you took them.
Yes, sir. It's a kind of funny place for a couple of good-looking people
Get going, please, huh?
Yes, sir.
Come on, step on it, will you? This is a matter of life or death.
You serious, mister?
Look, Tommy, that was no plain clothes man with that girl. That was a killer.
You serious?
Step on it.
Yes, sir. But if we run across any prowl cars, mister...
forget them. I'll give you enough to pay your fines for the next 2 years. Now, Where did he take the girl? This section of town we're getting into looks kind of
That's what I told you. It's over near the Bowery. Some dirty dump that... Uh-oh.
Well, what are you slowing down for?
I knew I shouldn't have mentioned it. I knew we'd tangle up with a prowl car. Don't you see the red light in back of us?
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe that's the best thing we could ask for.
The best thing?
Come on, pull up. Let me handle it.
Somebody better, mister.
All right. Where the devil do you think you're going?
Now, listen, officer.
So it was you who had this poor cabbie tearing through all them red lights, was it?
O'Reilly? Tim O'Reilly. Now, listen, Tim.
Listen to me. This is an emergency. My name is...
Oh, an emergency, is it? And out you come, me boy.
Wait a minute. Will you listen to me, please?
I will not. Come out of there and get into me prowl car in the back seat.
Listen, we're chasing a killer. You can help us.
I said get into the prowl car. So get in. Do I have to...
Sure, yeah, okay. Tommy, look, you lead the way. Here's $20 for you.
Well, thanks, but I
Just
don't
lead the way for this prowl car to wherever it was.
You lead the way to nowhere. In you go now, into the back seat.
Wait a minute,
now,
Joe.
Get in. Hey,
just take it easy.
Okay, Tommy.
Huh?
Get on your way.
Right, O'Reilly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I knew that had to be you, Johnny.
Randy.
I mean, charging into that cab there on McDougal Alley and heading this way. We had quite a job catching up.
Okay, now, Randy, listen.
Now, just calm down and take it easy, Johnny.
Will you listen to me?
No, because everything is under control. Thanks to you.
Thanks to me. But don't you understand George Kane? I mean, Betty Lewis, you know her. George and Betty. George is taking her to someplace.
George isn't taking her anywhere, Johnny.
Well, of course he is. I'm trying to tell you. What?
And I'm sure glad you gave me that McDougal Alley address over the phone.
Huh?
Of course, we only went there to pick you up, but when we saw a cab taking that girl of yours and some man away...
George Kane?
Yeah, I kind of thought it might be him. I don't know why.
And...
So when we trailed that cab over to some dingy rooming house over on... Well, anyway, when they got out, we got a good look at him.
You caught him.
That's right. By the time we get to the station house, he'll be in the clink, and the light of your gay young life will be there waiting for you. She's, quite a doll, Johnny.
The expense account? Forget it. Forget all of it. I only hope that someday, somehow, I can repay Randy Singer. Over his dead body, though, because all he cared about was getting his hands on Kane. And for some silly reason, he seemed to think that I'd been helping him. What a guy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, James McCallion, G. Stanley Jones, Herb Vigran, Jack Moyles, Junius Matthews, Lillian Bayef, and Paul Duboff. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Laura Considine, Mr. Dollar. You don't know me, but...
Oh, but I do, Mrs. Considine. You're the best friend a doctor ever had. Dr. Palmquist, that is.
Mr. Dollar...
He paid you a professional call the night his wife was murdered. That was lucky. Alibis don't grow on trees.
Just a minute, Mr.
Look,
Dollar.
lady, I've been slugged, shot at. Matter of fact, someone tried to pick me off with a rifle a couple of hours ago, right near your house. Maybe Dr. Palmquist will alibi you this time. Return the courtesy.
Will you please listen? I've got to see you. I've got to talk to you.
All right, when?
An hour. The bar at your hotel.
The martinis will be waiting.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to National Underwriters Association, 1180 River Road, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the long shot matter. Expense account concluded. There was still a lot of questions, like where I was getting, trying to find out who really had killed Mrs. Palmquist. Like, was it all a smoothly planned frame on the part of her doctor husband? Or had it been a prowler killing by another man now in jail? Or had the dead woman's son, Eric, a complex we didn't know about? Mrs. Considine was 5 minutes late, but I hoped she could answer some of them.
Mr. Dollar?
Oh, come now, Mrs. Considine, that reading. It implied we haven't met before, and you know that we have.
Well, I don't remember.
The day you visited Dr. Palmquist in the hospital and pretended you had the wrong room. Sit down.
There was a reason for that.
Sure, there's one for everything.
Is there? You think Victor Palmquist had something to do with his wife's death? Well, you're wrong. Completely wrong.
Correction. You don't know what I'm thinking, and being wrong is anybody's privilege.
You don't know about Victor, Mr. Dollar. What his life's been like, what he had to put up with.
Why don't you tell me, Mrs. Considine?
That wife of his. A millstone around his neck. A woman in love with a bottle.
Go on.
And that son of his, that Eric. Insane. Completely insane. He hates his father. He always has. He gains a fortune by that woman's death. But do you suspect him? No, of course not. You badger a man like Victor Palmquist. Now, does that make sense?
You're building a big thing on the fact that a lot of people hate Victor Palmquist, but you're overlooking something.
Mr. Dollar.
Where there's that much hate, there's always a good reason. I went to the hotel garage, rented a car, and pointed it toward Burbank. There was a man in a pawn shop there I wanted to see. The man who had identified Lonnie Miller as the buyer of the gun that had killed Mrs. Victor Palmquist. He turned out to be a mild, friendly little guy with thick glasses and a desire to please. He barely glanced at my identification, pushed it back over the counter to me, and smiled.
What do you want to know?
Everything you can remember about the man who bought the gun, Mr. Lerner.
What's to remember? A kind of skinny, gray-haired fella come in, said he wanted to buy a gun. I showed him one. He bought.
He showed you a driver's license for identification, didn't he?
I copied the information right here in the book. Right here. Lonnie Miller, 173, Fuller, San Diego, height 6 feet, weight 152, color white. Here, look this up.
Yeah. Look at this paper, Mr. Lerner. One of these, the fella?
Let me see.
Lerner adjusted his glasses and leaned forward to peer at the newspaper I'd put on the counter. It was the way I was leaning on the paper that really started the whole thing. The two pictures were side by side, Dr. Palmquist in a business suit and Lonnie Miller in a cap, leather jacket, and work pants. My arm was covering everything but the faces. Lerner moved my arm before pointing out Miller as the buyer of the gun. Then he nodded emphatically.
Sure. That's the fellow who bought the gun, that Miller.
You had to move my arm before you'd say so, Mr. Lerner.
You were covering up half the picture. What am I, a mind reader?
No, but I think you might have made the most normal mistake in the world.
Oh, wait. You trying to tell me this Miller didn't come in here and buy a gun from me?
That's about it.
So how come a fellow who wasn't here gave me a driver's license and said he was?
That's a good question, Mr. Lerner. There were two people I wanted to see now real bad. Lieutenant Berry at Homicide and Lonnie Miller, Cell 8A, City Jail. I streaked down to headquarters, and guess what? The lieutenant was out on police business. Should be back in a while. I knew Lonnie Miller wasn't out, so I settled for him. There were only 2 or 3 questions I wanted to ask him, but they were important. I spent about 15 minutes in the cell with Miller, got my answers, and they made sense now. Then I spent an hour waiting for the lieutenant. He finally showed. This time, he was the hard sale, even after I discussed what I'd figured out at the pawn shop.
Johnny, I'm tired.
Oh, sure, me too. Now, look, Lieutenant, you know what I'm pushing is possible. Dr. Palmquist and Lonnie Miller are approximately the same size, age, coloring. Even the bone structure is fairly similar.
But they don't look alike.
They don't have to, because it's the impression that counted here.
Johnny!
That's exactly what Palmquist was counting on. Now, look, Lieutenant, you've been around. You know what people go by when they're asked to identify someone.
An all-over impression.
So?
And you know a big factor is clothes, particularly the type of clothes.
All right. What are you going for?
This. If Dr. Palmquist walked into that pawn shop wearing a cap, leather jacket, and work pants, and then, 6 days later, you show the pawnbroker a picture of Lonnie Miller, dressed in the same kind of clothes, you know whom he'll identify every time. Especially when he'd already seen a driver's license made out to Lonnie Miller.
1,000 ways to make a living. What did I pick?
Lieutenant.
This? Look, suppose I buy that. Where are you?
Dr. Palmquist, for some reason or other, wants his wife dead. He needs a patsy. So he picks up Lonnie Miller, a hitchhiker on the Pacific Coast Highway.
If you say so.
At a coffee stop, the doctor remembers something he left in the car. He goes out for a minute, sticks a match or a toothpick in a tire valve, guaranteeing a flat a few miles further on. So when they stop, it's the doctor who looks at the flat, gets rid of the toothpick. Grateful for the lift, Miller changes the tire. You ever change a tire on a hot summer night?
Well, sure.
You took off your jacket, didn't you?
How else?
That's what Doc was counting on. He had a couple of minutes alone with Miller's jacket and lifted his driver's license. Then he keeps Miller in town on the promise of a job. He buys the gun at the Burbank pawn shop wearing work clothes and giving Miller's license as identification. Monday night, he killed his wife, called Miller to the house with a phony story about a job, struck him from behind, and staged the scene the police found. Smooth, huh?
Johnny, can you see me going to the DA with all that theory and no proof? Palmquist would laugh me out of town.
Barry, look.
Knock it off. You're no kid. You know I'm right. Well, don't go away mad.
Sure, I know he was right. That's what was driving me crazy. Proof. One little piece of it, but where? Oh, Palmquist had used his head, all right. But the smartest ones alive always leave one little hole somewhere along the line. But 3 hours later in my hotel room, I hadn't found it. Steffi, what are you doing here?
Johnny, Eric's been drinking all day, brooding, working himself into a rage, saying terrible things about Mrs. Considine and his father, and about his father being a murderer. I don't know what he'll do. Help me, Johnny, please.
He give you any idea of where he was headed?
He mentioned going home to get a gun and then going to Mrs. Considine's house. Johnny, I'm afraid.
All right, come on. The drive to the Palmquist house on the Palisades was a long one, but educational. Because Steffi had nothing to hide now. She was just a kid worried to death about her husband, and her bitterness toward Dr. Palmquist came rolling out.
He's an easy man to hate, my father-in-law. All charm on the outside. Petty little dictator inside. A man who's trying to prove something, who can't abide weakness. Who tries to make everyone over into his own image. A horrible man.
Tell me about Eric's brother.
Paul. He was the favorite, the doctor's pride and joy. They hunted together all the time. Only one day, Paul had a cold, tried to get out of a hunting trip. This offended the doctor's weakness fetish. It made the boy feel like a coward, so Paul went hunting and died of pneumonia. Mrs. Palmquist never got over it, as you saw before she was killed. Nice, Johnny? You like the family I married into?
The house was dark when we got there. We hurried to Eric's bedroom, and Steffi leaned against the door, weak with relief. Eric lay sprawled on the bed, snoring fine alcoholic noises. The rifle he still clutched made very clear what he'd been thinking about before the liquor had taken over. We were just getting him comfortable when we heard it. A car pulling into the garage. Palmquist. I got Steffi down the back stairs and out of the house as soon as I was sure he was inside. And then I turned back. Because suddenly I was tired of a killer walking around free while everyone else stepped softly. And the anger was good, because it suddenly drove into my mind the one thing Palmquist might have overlooked. I let myself into the garage by the small window, moved to the doctor's big car. You ever try to force open a car trunk with a claw hammer? Don't. A, it's rough, and B, it takes your eyes off the door leading to the kitchen.
Why don't you ask me for the key, Dollar?
A gun, Doctor? No instrument of healing? Oh, that's nice. And it tells me something about the trunk. That there's a spare tire in there that's flat, but doesn't have a puncture. A service station might remember a thing like that, huh, Doctor?
Right, Mr. Dollar. Goodbye.
He couldn't pick me off because of the car, but the car was working against me, too. You did better with a rifle yesterday, Doctor.
I'll manage, Mr.
man my age through windows, no less.
He had it?
Nah, he'll look good in court.
Small question, Lieutenant. Not that I'm ungrateful.
Ask.
Aren't you a long way from home?
I didn't like the look in your eye when you stomped out. You know something, Johnny? You're easier to tail than a trolley car.
Expense account, item 12, $71. L.A. hotel bill. Item 13, $174.90. Return airfare to Hartford. Expense account total, $490.80. Details? Eric Palmquist admitted sending us the original warning note out of fear of his father. He never knew till the death of his mother that he himself was the beneficiary. Remarks about Hollywood. Let's call it the Easterner's Revenge. Quote, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Unquote. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story.
Next week, $3 million worth of a worthless gold mine. And there's blood on the desert sand. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Tony Barrett, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Virginia Gregg, Victor Perrin, Lillian Baeff, Russell Thorson, James McCallion, Edgar Barrier, Don Diamond, and Herb Butterfield. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino and Carl Fortina. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Down Vegas, Johnny. Hey, how would you like to go to California with me?
Oh, I like that fine, but do I have to work?
If you want to eat while you're out. Johnny, we've written a lot of insurance for Los Angeles contractor named Elliot Champion.
Uh-huh.
Last night, his latest project went up in smoke. An office building he completed 2 weeks ago.
How much is the policy worth?
Damages over $500,000. I talked with our arson inspector long distance. He had some interesting things to say.
Like what?
The file looks phony.
I'll pack my things.
John Lund in the transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Great Eastern Fire and Casualty, New York City. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Elliot Champion matter. Expense account item 1, $38.87. Train fare and incidentals between Hartford and New York, where I met Agent Don Vickers and we made arrangements to fly to California. Item 2, $28 even, one raincoat. Item 3, $199.15. Transportation New York to Los Angeles. En route, Vickers filled me in on the details concerning Mr. Elliot Champion.
I met him once, Johnny, when he was in New York last time.
Uh-huh.
Vickers, I said to myself, look well on this man. He may be the last of his kind.
How's that, Don?
Well, Champion's 60 or better now, and he's been everything in his lifetime. Sailor, soldier, lawyer, financier, Lord knows what all. One of those birds who started with absolutely nothing. He talked fast, worked hard, and what he couldn't get one way, he managed to get another. All in all, he's done pretty well. I didn't like him, Johnny.
Go on.
Well, maybe I was just jealous of his aggressiveness, or maybe it's that I've heard stories of how he ran roughshod over big and little. Yeah, well, it's about this office building.
Yeah?
Ives, the man who called me, has worked on several arson cases for us. Said the fire was of a definite incendiary origin.
Can he prove it?
Yeah, nothing fancy. Somebody poured a few gallons of gasoline over some leftover building materials in the elevator shaft and threw a match on it.
Oh, pretty effective. What else?
Well, Champion's in financial trouble. The insurance would be better than the building. Ives will probably have more for us when we get there. He's been working on it from the start.
I feel like a patsy.
Oh, how's that?
Well, Norman Ives has always been the best arson man in the business, as I can remember. And you're no slouch. What am I doing in this?
Protection, Johnny. If Champion fired that building down to collect the insurance, I want to know about it. Ives might find the answer, you might find it, or I might find it. But where Champion's involved, it won't be easy. We'll all have to work.
Are you scared of this guy?
Yeah. Nobody's ever beat him.
Expense account item 4, $7.50. Incidentals upon arrival. Vickers and I checked into the New Statler Hotel, grabbed a few hours' sleep, and the next morning drove out to the scene of the fire with Norman Ives, the arson expert.
A watchman on duty had seen a man loitering in the vicinity of the building when he came to work at 6 o'clock. 3 other people remember the same man, a druggist, a filling station man, and a newsboy. All of their descriptions were pretty close. Medium build, medium height, medium weight. Between 25 and 30.
Well, that's helpful.
Yeah. Now, the druggist and the man who ran the filling station could only supply the description, but the newsboy swears he saw this man sneak around the side of the building around 8 o'clock. The fire broke out about 8:30.
Anybody see him leave?
The newsboy says he saw him catch a bus on the corner right before the fire broke out. The bus driver on the line wasn't any help. The police have broken out every mug they can find in the arson files.
Well, if the man with all the medium things about him is the man, this might not be so tough.
No luck so far. I don't think they'll pick him up in the arson files, Dollar. It was an amateur job. I'll show you exactly how when we get there.
What about the police lineup?
Well, they've had 3 so far. One coming up tonight and one tomorrow. And I'd say that's a long chance, too.
No professional, no firebug?
There's a possibility, sure, but none of it seems right to me. A bug will plan it and perform it just like an expert. And he'll stand around and watch it burn. Maybe he'll call somebody up and tell them how happy he is. But I don't think our boy is any bug. There's something else in it, or I miss my guess.
Well, you're the specialist. Any ideas?
Not a one. I talked to the men who had been working in the building that day. There was no gasoline stored in that basement when they left work at 4 o'clock. But somebody moved in at least 5 gallons of gas between 4 and 6 when the watchman came on. How he did it, where he got it, I don't know. But it's one thing we'll have to find out.
The police have any leads?
They're working as hard as they know how. It would take a long time to check every filling station and find out who bought a 5-gallon can of gasoline.
Yeah.
We're up against something here, and
Has anybody talked to Champion?
Not yet. All he knows is that the fire people are trying to discover how the blaze started. I thought it best to leave it that way until we get our bearings. Well, here we are.
Sure looks like a mess.
Yeah. Come on, I'll show you how much of a mess it really is.
We spent the rest of the day covering the ruins of the 10-story office building that had been gutted by flames 2 days before. Ives acquainted us with all of the necessary details on exactly how the fire had been started.
That night, we sat in on the lineup at the police station while the 4 witnesses looked at some 60-odd suspects. There were no identifications. The next day, while Vickers and Ives worked with the police, I went out to Elliot Champion's real estate office in Glendale. Expense account item 5, $5 taxi fare, including tip. Remember that old saw about how a woman in love is always beautiful? Well, when I walked in, I had no idea Mildred Champion was in love and no idea that she was beautiful. Her sallow face, without makeup, framed in a wisp of never-set blonde hair, wasn't flattered by the shapeless black dress and low-heeled shoes that she was wearing. Certainly not the going idea of beauty. Nor did her conversation reveal anything to indicate love.
Yes, may I help you?
Mr. Elliot Champion, please. My name is Dollar.
Dollar? D-O-L-L-A-R?
He's not expecting me.
Your business, Mr. Dollar?
Great Eastern Fidelity. It's about the fire.
Oh, just a moment, please.
Well, what is it, Mildred?
Mr. Dollar is here, Uncle Elliot.
I don't want to see anybody today. I told you that, you idiot.
He's from the insurance company. It's about the fire.
Oh. Now, send him in. You're going out to lunch.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Dollar, straight ahead.
He always like that?
He's nice today.
I see. Thanks, Mildred.
Hmm?
Well, that's your name, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Oh, straight ahead.
Dollar?
Yes, Mr. Champion.
Come on in. I'm not going to ask you to sit down. I know why you're here. You have insurance investigator written all over you.
Well, in that case, we can get right down to business, Mr. Champion.
We certainly can. Do they know what caused the fire yet?
They do. Somebody poured gasoline on some rubbish in the basement. It was deliberate.
I thought so.
Why?
Because Joseph Harrison is out of prison now, and he swore he'd get back at you.
Who's Joseph Harrison?
Harrison worked for me at one time. Discovered stealing money from me, and I prosecuted him. He was sent to prison for 5 years. He's the one.
You seem pretty certain of that.
Of course I'm certain of it. I know what enemies I have, what friends.
There are some witnesses who've got to look at the man who we believe started the fire. What does Joseph Harrison look like?
I don't remember. I hardly ever remember faces.
But you remembered his threat.
What I remembered was the small story in the newspapers last week that he was being released from prison.
Well, we'll certainly look him up and have a talk with him.
Now, that's very good of you, I'm sure.
Now, look, this can be a difficult thing all the way around, or we can cooperate, Mr. Champion.
I understand you people have been over to my bank looking into my personal affairs.
I don't think I have to beat around the bush with you, Mr. Champion. There's a lot of money at stake here. We'll have to hold up your claim until we get all the facts.
You'll pay that claim, Mr. Dollar.
I didn't say we wouldn't. But we'll have to be satisfied in all directions.
Then satisfy yourself. Get Joseph Harrison. He burned down my building.
A review of the trial and proceedings in which Joseph Harrison had been convicted of grand theft, his threats at the time of the trial, substantiated Champion's information. When 2 of the witnesses identified Harrison's mug picture, an APB went out. We worked with the police. When all the routine places had been covered, we branched out and went out after anybody.
Who are you?
My name's Dollar. Are you Mr. Angle?
That's right.
Insurance investigator, Mr. Angle. Trying to locate a former client of yours, Joseph Harrison.
Oh, my goodness. I defended Joe over 6 years ago. You come in. I always fix my own dinner. Poached eggs and half. Ulcers. Name's Dollar?
Yeah.
You want something?
No, thanks.
Do you mind if I finish?
No, go right ahead.
What led you to me?
Well, covering everybody. We're very anxious to get hold of Harrison and talk to him.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be much help, Dollar. What's it all about?
He's been identified as the man who started a fire in the Elliot Champion building.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Are you, Mr. Angle?
Truly sorry. Joe Harrison was a nice kid who got in a little trouble, is all. But a calendar job. Born with one war just finished, a depression on deck, and another war in the hole. Makes a difference in a man's life. The calendar got him. Everything was against him at the trial, too. Champion poured it on. He didn't have to, but he did. He could have let him off.
Did you try to talk him into that?
No, I didn't. Nobody talks Elliot Champion into anything. And besides, Joe would never admit taking the funds. He said he was framed. Well, he didn't have a prayer with all the evidence Champion had against him. Why,
I read the trial notes.
Yeah, and that's it. Joe pleaded not guilty in the face of everything, and he went up. I want him to make a guilty plea and go on the mercy of the court. It was his first offense.
Well, he's out now, and as I said, it looks like he's trying to get even with Champion for prosecuting him.
Oh, for a lousy 10 grand.
Has he gotten in touch with you?
Oh, no.
You ever write to you from prison?
No.
Do you have any idea where he'd be in town, Mr. Engel?
No, I don't.
Well, then I guess I'll leave you to your eggs.
Oh, yeah. Dollar. If you find Joe, I'd like to know about it.
Why, Mr. Engel?
I'd like to see him. I wonder what 5 years in prison does to a kid like that.
Yeah. At 5 o'clock that afternoon, it seemed we had run down every possible lead trying to find Joseph Harrison. By that time, the other two witnesses had made up their minds that he was the man they'd seen after all. With the 4 identifications, the case against Harrison became stronger, and our case against Elliot Champion grew weaker. It was imperative that we locate Harrison and prove or disprove that he started the fire. Yeah, Johnny Dollar.
This is Mildred Champion. Remember in my uncle's office?
Yeah, I remember.
Mr. Dollar, you're looking for Joe Harrison, aren't you? I know you are. You don't have to answer me. And I think I can help you find him, but he's not the one you're looking for. I live at 1038 Murata Drive. I'll be home in another hour. We can talk there.
At 5:30, I received another call. This one from Champion's lawyer. He advised me that Champion would bring suit if the claim was not honored immediately. Could have been a bluff, or he could have meant business. We never found out. I had a third call at 5:38.
Johnny, this is Ives.
Hi, how's it going?
Champion's dead.
What?
I'm on my way out of the house now. Somebody shot him 10 minutes ago.
We'll return to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. Now, with our star, John Ludd, we bring you the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Apparently, Elliot Champion had died as swiftly as he had lived. A .38 slug had entered the very center of his forehead. There was no weapon lying about. There were no witnesses in the remote hilly section of Glendale where he lived to give any information concerning the crime. The police were more anxious than ever to find Joseph Harrison. Their reasoning was that if he'd burned down a $250,000 building to get back at Elliot Champion, he also might shoot him. The arson case had turned into a murder case. When Don Vickers joined Ives and me at the scene, things were still pretty much up in the air.
Well, now, this is a new wrinkle. What do you suppose...
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I thought I was getting somewhere.
You find something?
I don't know. Take a look at this.
Huh?
Here. Mildred Champion married Harrison a month before he was convicted.
Well, I'll be...
Me, too.
Were they separated?
Only by the prison term. No record of any divorce or annulment proceedings. Well, what do you make of it, Johnny?
I don't know what to make of it. She called me earlier and said she had some information for me. I was on my way there when this happened.
You didn't talk to her?
No. She's his only living relative. And now she can't be found. Not at her place, anyhow.
Funny, huh?
It wasn't funny at all. From the 2 times I'd spoken to her and the 1 time I'd seen her,
I'd gathered a pretty definite impression of Mildred Champion. But apparently, it had been all wrong.
All right, I'm here. I'll be there. Dollar.
Hello, Mr. Engel.
Never thought I'd see you anymore. What's up? Still looking for Joe?
Still looking for Joe.
Yeah, wish I could help you, Dollar.
Elliot Champion was shot and killed in his home tonight.
No.
That's all you have to say?
What else is there to say? Unless I ask, did Joe do it?
Maybe.
Well?
Did you know Mildred Champion?
I met her.
Did you know she was married to Joe Harrison?
Yeah.
I'll throw one more thing at you, Engel. Champion wasn't always too good about paying his income taxes. Our accountants cover everything in a case like this.
What do you want me to say?
I'm here to get all of the story now. I think you're the man who can tell it.
Why?
You can tell me if Harrison was the kind of man who'd start that fire. You can tell me if he really was an embezzler. You can tell me if you think he'd kill Champion.
I can't tell you anything, Dollar. All I have is my opinion.
Well, I'd like your opinion. I really would, Engel. There's something about her being married to Harrison, isn't there?
Yes. A wife can't testify against her husband. Everyone else in Champion's office testified against him.
I see. Now, the opinion. Come on, Engel.
No, you're right, Dollar. I've got ideas, and all of them make me sick inside. Joe Harrison stood there and told me he was innocent. He said it 1,000,000 times if he said it once. And he told me he thought Champion was framing him.
For the income tax shortages?
Well, that's just surmise, Dollar. He was a green kid who was hired into the company by Champion. He might have been hired to be framed on a phony embezzling charge that'd give Champion a good excuse on his taxes for a while. I've been fooled a lot of times.
Were you fooled with him?
I don't know. I wish I could have gotten him off. I tried, Dollar. Believe me, I tried. You say he's out getting even. He's burned down a building and maybe murdered a man. Joe was a nice boy, Dollar. But now his whole life's gone. And for what? I hope you don't find him. I hope nobody ever finds him.
But we did find Joseph Harrison. He was right under our noses all the time. When I called back at the hotel, there was a message for me to get down to the county hospital. Ives was waiting for me there. We both stood and looked at Joseph Harrison in the morgue.
It's a funny thing, Johnny. There's been an alarm out on this guy for 6 hours. Everybody's been looking everywhere for him, and he turns up right here, only he's dead.
What killed him?
TB. Just got the whole story. He had it awful bad up at San Quentin. Wanted out awful bad. In the sick ward his last 2 years. When his time was up last week, he made him release him. But he wound up here. Died in this hospital. Just a kid, huh?
Yeah. Well, we were right back where we'd started from, trying to make a case against Elliot Champion. Except now it was trying to make a case against the estate of Elliot Champion. I was surprised to learn before leaving the county hospital that his niece had still not been seen to be informed of her uncle's death. I was even more surprised when Don Vickers reported from police headquarters.
Johnny, this case is breaking.
What?
A guy who runs a gas station on San Fernando Road sold a woman a 5-gallon tin of gasoline last Monday.
Mildred Champion?
Well, it sure sounds like her. Tall, rangy, about 30. The car description checks out, too. She could be the one who did the job on the building easy enough.
Yeah. And on her uncle, too.
Again?
Yeah, come on. And close that and lock it.
It's awful late for this.
I know.
Now what?
We found Joe. He's dead.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And he didn't do any of the things we thought he might have done. I'm here to find out what you might have done.
Oh, I don't get you.
Engel, I don't know how to figure you. I haven't been able to since we met. Well, now, it doesn't make any difference what I think of you. But it makes a difference how you answer this question. A lot of difference to you.
Well, what, Dollar?
Did you help Champion frame Joe Harrison?
No. I told you I defended him. I tried my best to get him off.
That's the truth?
I'm an honest man, if not a successful one. I told you the truth.
Well, if you did, you're not in any trouble. If you didn't, you might get killed.
What?
You might anyhow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ask who it is.
Yeah. Who is it?
Mildred Champion, Mr. Engel.
Tell her just a minute.
Just a minute, Miss Champion.
Okay. Get over there. Go on. Get down.
All right.
Call the police.
Hold it up, Mildred. Hold it up!
Are you hurt?
You.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. Did I kill him? Did I kill him?
No, Mildred. You didn't kill him.
Oh, he ought to be dead. My uncle stole money from himself and made it look like Joe did it.
I know about that.
And that one in there, he helped him. Why didn't you let me kill him, too?
He didn't help your uncle. He tried to help Joe.
When I went over to see Joe last month in the prison hospital, I knew he was dying. He had that look in his eye. Helpless. And he knew what my uncle had done to him, and he couldn't do anything about it.
But you figured you could. You killed your uncle when you found out Joe died. You came here to kill Engel.
I thought he helped him do it. I thought he helped kill Joe. They did kill him, you know. When they sent him to prison as surely as if they'd shot him down. 5 years I waited for him to get out of that awful place. I waited to hold him in my arms and tell him it was all over. 5 years I waited to help him forget his hate and my hate. Loving him so much every day. And now he's dead. What can you or I or anybody do about what they've done to him? Look at me, Mr. Dollar. I'm not what you'd call beautiful. I'm not even pretty. Nobody ever looked at me twice until Joe. He looked at me and he loved me, and now he's dead, and I'm dead inside. I'm dead inside, and I'll be glad when I'm dead outside.
Come on, Mildred. Expense account item 6. Same as item 3. Transportation back to New York. Item 7, same as item 1. Transportation New York to Hartford. Item 8, $85 miscellaneous. Expense account total, $516.54. Comments. Item 8 you can take away if you want to. It's a legitimate miscellaneous that I pampered myself with. I wanted to forget Mildred Champion talking about her lover. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and is written by E. Jack Newman with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Eddie Marr, Joe Duvall, Joyce McCluskey, Francis X. Bushman, and Herb Butterfield. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Dan Coverly, inviting you to join us next week at this time when John Lund returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.